Well, welcome back. And in this story titled Uttama Kavyam. Kavyam means a poem. Uttama is something extraordinary. Uttama Kavyam. Uttama means something outstanding. Like that also we can say. Uttama Kavyam, a very good poem, outstanding poem. Okay. चैत्रालय राज्यम् ओके चैत्रालय राज्यं कनकसेनः नाम राजा पालयति स्म. The kingdom Chaitralaya, it was ruled by a king called Kanakasenaha. Kanakasenaha swayam kavihi asit. The king himself was a poet. We say from the history we can find out that some of the kings, they were poets, they were artists, like we say Ravi Verma, the paintings of Ravi Verma. The king used to do painting, and Bhardrahari, like that. About that king we say he created Trishatakam, and he was a poet. Like that we see from history many kings, they were poets. Okay. Saha आस्थाने स्थितानां कवीनां पंडितानां च विषये विशेष आदरं प्रकटयति स्म. So because he himself is a poet, he used to give respect and regard to other poets and scholars in the assembly. Tasya आस्थान कविः नरसिंह शर्मा श्रेष्ठ पंडितः आसीत्. And a poet in the name of Narasimha Sharma, he was a very extraordinary scholar who was in his assembly. Anekani kavyani vilikya maharajasya gaurava patram asit saha. So by writing various poems, he becomes a person of special interest to the king. कस्मिंश्चित् दिने यदा पंडितसभायाः कार्यकलापः समाप्तः, on some day when the पंडितसभायाः कार्यकलापः means the discussions of scholars in some meeting, when it was over, samaptaha, tada, at that time, Maharajaha Narasimha Sharmanam Pashyan Prishtavan. The king asked the assembly poet Narasimha Sharma, He Kavivarya, Gateshu Shatsu Maseshu Bhavata Nutana Kavyam Narachitam Kimartametad Kimartam Evam Iti. In the past 6 months, you haven't created a new poem. Why it is so like that? Shanakalasya Maunasya Anantaram Uttaman Narasimha Sharma. So after being quiet for some time, Narasimha Sharma told, Hey Prabho, O my Lord, Ekatra Vardhakyam Badate. At one end, the old age is disturbing me. Aparatra Lekhane Icha Api Dine Dine. And on the other side, Kshiyamana Asti. Lekhane means in writing, in doing such activity, the mind is losing the interest. Kshiyamana, dine dine kshiyamana means day by day losing interest or day by day wading. Ataha kavyalekhanam kimapi na jatam iti. So I haven't created a new poem like that. Raja kinchit kalanantaram muktavan. Then the king after some time told, Bhavata kriyamanam nutana kavya vachanam maya nashruyate chet. If I don't listen to your new creations, lokaha eva shunyaha nissaraha cha iti bhasate. I feel the whole world is meaningless, purposeless, it's all dark, empty, like that I feel. He Narasimha Sharman, Agrima Mase eva Yugadi Parva Khalu. O Narasimha Sharma, next month is that Yugadi Parva, that festival is there, you know. Tasmin dine shreshtam ekam kavyam vilikya tat sabhayam pataniyam bhavata. On that day, you have to write a very good poem and you'll have to tell it in the assembly. रसमाधुर्येण सभा रोमाञ्चिता तथा यथा भवेत् तथा करणीयम्. Rasamadhuryena. Rasa means we say a kavya is supposed to be of Navarasa. So all the literature in India, whatever you go through, in all the literature you will find this Navarasa is employed. So Romanchita means goosebump. By listening to your poem having all the 9 type of emotions, the people should get the goosebump. Like that you have to create a poem. Yeshaha mama abhilashaha iti. And this is my wish. Like that the king told. Then Narasimha Sharma dirgham nishvasya uktavan. So the poet Narasimha Sharma, after breathing a lengthy breath with like that, he told, He Prabhu, yatha kokilaha vasanta ritau eva kujati. O my Lord, like the kokila, cuckoo, it sings only in the spring season. Mayuraha varsha ritau eva yatha nrityati. And the peacock, it dances only in the raining season. Kamalam Surya Kirana Sparshateva Yatha Vikasati. And the lotus, it blossoms only by the sunlight. Nilotpalam Yatha Ratrau Chandrasya Shitala Kirana Sparshateva Vikasati. And the lily, blue lily, in the night, it blossoms because of the moon's light. Tatha, like that. Kavehe manaha, the mind of the poet, yada bhava nirbharam sat spandhate. When it sprouts out of the emotions, tada eva uttama kavyam nirmitam bhavati iti. Then only extraordinary poem gets created. And for that the example is Ramayana. Ramayana, if you see, the Valmiki Rishi, when he became Rishi from that Nishada, he became Rishi. And once when he was going for his morning routines, he saw 2 living birds. Out of that, one was shot by a hunter. So by the separation of the 2 lovebirds, his emotion came out as a kavita and shloka. And from that, he created Ramayana. Like that, we study. So out of emotions only we get some good poem like that. Tavati kale Rajivakshaha nama yuvakavihi swasya asanat uttaya. By that time, one young poet in the name of Rajiva Akshaha, Kamala Lochanaha, all are meaning a lotus-eyed person. So he stood and told, Hey Prabhu, O my Lord, Kavya Rachanartham Spandhanam Spurtihi cha Avashyakam ititu Satyameva. O my Lord, to create a poem, we need some energy and propelling force, emotion, all that. That is true. Narasimha Sharmana Yuktameva Uktam. It is very rightly said by the Narasimha Sharma. Parantu spandhanam spurtim cha vina kavita srishtireva na bhavati ityamsham aham na angikaromi. But I don't accept without that emotional mind and the propelling some mind, some energy, we cannot create a poem. That I will not accept. Kavitvam prakashayitum apekshitaha parisaraha kavina swayameva nirmatavyaha. So here this young poet is telling Kavitvam prakashayitum, to show the quality of a poet. Kavitvam means poetness, the quality of a poet. Prakashayitum, to show it up the qualities or skill of a poet. Apekshitaha parisaraha means the required environment. Kavina swayameva nirmatavyaha. By the poet, on his own, he has to create such an environment. So it is like imagining. We can imagine and we can do a poem like that, his idea. Yeshaha mama abhiprayaha. So this is my opinion, like that he said. Kavihi swasya asamarthyam alasatvam va na angikaroti. Kavi, a poet, swasya asamarthyam means incapability of one's self. Alasatvam, laziness. Na angikaroti. A real poet, he doesn't accept the laziness or his incapability. He makes an attempt. अतः सः स्फूर्तिः स्पन्दनञ्च आवश्यकम् इति वदति. That is why he says, I need this spurti, some spirit, spandhanam, some propelling thoughts. Pakshibhihi pushpaihi cha saha manushyanam tolanam na yuktam. We cannot compare the human with the flower and birds, because he told cuckoo, peacock and lotus like that. सुमहत् शिक्षणं दत्तं चेदपि पक्षिणः पुष्पाणि वा कवित्वं प्रदर्शयितुं न अर्हन्ति इति मन्दहासपूर्वकम् उक्तवान्. So, सुमहत् शिक्षणं दत्तं चेदपि, even after giving very effective training or education, birds or flowers, they cannot show the poetness, the quality of a poet. Like that, smilingly he told in a mocking way. Asuya paraha anye kavayaha rajivakshasya vachanani shrutva karatadanam kritavantaha. And other poets who were jealous of this Narasimha Sharma, Asuya paraha, they just clapped, they encouraged the words of this Rajivakshaha Yuvakavihi. Parantu Rajivakshasya Vachanaihi Narasimha Sharmanaha Mukham Kopena Avamanena cha Raktavarnam Jatam. But he is a senior poet and he is very close to the king also. So, by the words Rajivakshasya Vachanehi, by the words of Rajivaksha, Narasimha Sarmanasya Mukham, the face of Narasimha Sarma, Kopena Avamanena cha Raktavarnam Jatam. It became reddish out of anger and shame. Anukshanam Saha Asanatu Uttaya. Hey Rajivaksha. Immediately he got up from his chair and told, Hey Rajivaksha, Kanichana Pranaya Gitani Likhitavan Bhavane Uttama Kavitayah Swarupam Katham Bhavati Ityevana Janati. Kanichana Pranaya Gitani Likhitavan Bhavane. You who wrote some romantic poems, Uttama Kavitayah Swarupam Katham Bhavati Ityevana Janati. You don't know what is the characteristics of a very extraordinary poem. Atyuttama Kavita Kavi Hridayat Utpatyate. Extraordinary poem, it comes out of the heart of the, that is why more emotional poems, it stay for a long period, because the emotions of human from day one till day, though we have changed our environment, our commutation, our technology, our tools, our dresses, like that, so many things we changed, but our emotions have not changed. We have the same emotions what we had 5,000 years back, 10,000 years back. So, Atyuttama Kavita Kavi Hridayatu Utpatyate. A very extraordinary, very beautiful poem comes out of the heart. We say, it comes out of my heart. Natu mastishkata. Mastishka means mind, brain. So it is not pure intelligence to make a beautiful poem. It is emotion. It is bhava of an individual. Iti udvehamishritta swarena uktavan. With some anxiously. Udvegam means a type of spitting out the emotion, unable to control the emotion. That is udvega. Rajivaksha tu hasanyeva punaha uktavan. But the Rajivaksha, again smilingly he told, Evam tarihi mastishkam nasti chedapi hridayam asti chet kavyarachanam kartum shakyate iti siddham. Okay, what do you say is it is not simply coming out of the brain, it is coming out of the heart. Okay, in that case, evam tarihi, in that case, mastishkam nasti chedavi, even someone is not intelligent, hridayam asti chet, if he is having a good heart, kavyarachanam kartum shakyate iti siddham. Now it is proved that without any intelligence of that concerned language or something, simply by having some heart and emotion, we can create a poem like that. It is proved. Again he mocked at that. Anya kavayah sarve hasantaha upahasam kurvantaha karatadanam kritavantaha. So listening to this mocking statement, other poets also laughed and clapped their hands. Anya kavibihi kritam vyavaharam pashyataha narasimha sarmanaha manaha nitaram kinnam jatam. So by the way the other poets are behaving, by that Narasimha became sad. So we can understand in some occasion how many people are having jealous on us only in such an occasion. When many people are in support of someone who is mocking at somebody, it shows that so many people are not happy with that person, though they might not have directly behaved so. Indirectly, they are encouraging someone who is making fun of him. Saha Rajivaksham kopena pashyan, and Narasimha Sharma angrily looking at Rajivakshaha, evam tarhi masabhyantare eva ekam kavyam rachaitum shakyate iti abhiprayah kalu bhavataha iti prishtava. So, by your words, it means that within months you can create a poem like that. Is it so? In that way, he asked. Am masabhyantare nischayena kavyam rachaitum shakyate iti mandahasapurvakam muktavan Rajivakshaha. Yes, surely within month I can create a poem like that. Tavat paryantam asaktya shrinvata sthitena maharajena uktam. So by that, so far these arguments were going on. Asaktihi with interest. Shrinvata sthitena maharajena. By the king who was sitting listening to this, Kavishreshthau bhavatohu yaha maya dattat samayat purvam uttama kavya rachanam karoti tasmai vishesha paritoshikam dasyami. He Kavi Shreshtau means he is addressing to both of these Kavi, this Rajivakshaha and Narasimha Sharma. Amongst you two, Bhavatohu, Yaha Maya Dattat Samayat Purvam, before the time given by me, Uttama Kavya Rachanam Karoti, one who does a very nice poem, Tasmai Vishesha Paridoshikam Dasyami, I will give special honor, special prize, like that. Rajasabhayam tasya kanakabhishekam cha, and in the assembly nirvartayishyami. And in the assembly means in front of so many scholars, pandits and so many VIPs, kanakabhishekam means I will shower him with gold, like that. Ardhasana danena tam visheshatah puraskarishyami cha. Ardhasanam means as if he is, I am sharing off of my chair. That is Ardha Asanam. Asanam means chair. Ardhasanam means off of the chair. It is not two persons sitting in a chair. That is not the meaning we'll have to take. Ardhasana danena means he is almost the right hand, like that. He will be given special status, that is the meaning. Ubhabhyam api kavibhyam etat vinayena angikritam. By both of the poets, Ubhabhyam api Kavibhyam. By both the poets, etat vinayena angikritam. This was accepted humbly. Taddine griham agatya patyuh mukhadarshanatyev tasya patni suhila jnatavati yat patihi yathapurvam prasannaha nasti iti. So on that day when, so it should be naturally the Narasimha Sharma, I think so. I will read further and see. So the wife Sushila understood by looking at the husband's face that he is not happy. Yada Narasimha Sharma bhojanartam upavishtavan. Okay. So it is Narasimha Sharma's wife, Sushila. When he sat for lunch or dinner, tadapi kimapi chintayati sma. So even at the time of eating, he was thinking something. Tasya karnayohu rajivakshena uktani vachanani eva gunjanti sma. So in both of his ears that Karnau, the words of the Rajivaksha, it was echoing. Gunjanti means echoing. Sushila tasya samipe upavishya pritya prishtavati. And his wife sat near him and affectionately asked, Kim chintayanasti bhavane? What are you thinking? Sabhayam Maharajena kimapi uktam va. Whether in the assembly anything told by the king. Tasmin samaye parshvak grihataha pratyagata Narasimha Sharmanaha putri matuh vachanani shrutva hasanti. Then by that time, the daughter of Narasimha Sharma, Putri, Matuhu Vachanani Shrutva, listening to the words of the mother, Pituhu Ashayam Khantayitum. Khantanam means to condemn or to oppose. To oppose the views of father, Maharajasya api dhairyam nasti. Even the king is not having courage to say against to him. Rajasabhayam pita yat vadati saeva kavita. Whatever my father says in the Rajya Sabha, that itself is kavita. Sahayat likhati tadeva kavyam. Evam nanu tatha iti uktavan. What he writes is poem. What he says is poem. Even the king is not having courage to deny. Like that, the child normally they have pride of their parents. She asked, Narasimha Sharma Pritya Putrim Pashyanne, He Putri, Bhavatya Uktam Yuktam Eva Asit Adya Paryantam. By you, so far, whatever told is rightly said. Kintu Adya Stitihi Tatha Nasti. But today the condition is not so. So far it was like that. Whatever I say is poem. It was so. And whatever I say, the king doesn't oppose that. But today it is not so. Adya yataha, because Adya Rajivakshaha nama yuvakavihi maya saha kavya rachana spardhartham siddhavan asti, stitavan asti. Today, one young poet in the name of Rajivakshaha, he was prepared, he was ready to compete with me in creating poems. Iti vadanne tasmin dine pravrittam sarvam vistarena nirupitavan. So saying this, all whatever happened in the assembly, he explained. Rajivakshasya vicharam shrutva madhavyaha mukham santoshena vikasitam. So Madhavi is name of the daughter, like that we can understand. By listening to the words of the Rajiva, that Rajivakshaha, the Madhavi's face, it became very happy. It was mukham santoshena vikasitam. The face bloomed out of happiness. Purvam sa yada rajasabham gatavati asit tada tasya ashukavyam shrutva santosham anubhutavati asit. When she earlier went to the king's assembly, she listened to his poem and she was happy. Idanim tasya namnaha shravanasya anantaram tasyaha netrayohu purataha tadiyam sundaram rupam sakrit agatya gatam. So now, by listening to the person's name, immediately his handsome face appeared in front of her. किन्तु सः पितरमेव स्पर्धार्थं निमन्त्रितवान् यत् तत् श्रुत्वा सा किञ्चिदिव कुपिता. But she was somewhat angry because of the young person challenging the father. Sa santi eva pitaram uktavati. She told in a very jovial way, Rajivakshaha bhavata saha spardham kartum ichchati kim? Rajiv want to do some competition with you. Parvatena saha yuddham kriyate ajena iti. Parvata is mountain. Aja means goat. So the goat tries to fight with some mountain like, means weak and strong like that. Etat shrutavataha Narasimha Sharmanaha kinchitiva santoshaha jataha. And when he got appreciated, he became happy. Like the daughter saying, you are like a mountain. A goat is trying to compete with you. Saha vinavachanam bhojanam samapya uttitavan. And silently Narasimha Sharma completed meals and stood up. Tataha Tadapatrani Svikritya Kavyarachanam Arabdhavan cha. And he took that the palm leaves and he started creating poem. Manava Jivanasya Kamshchit Amshan Svikritya Prakritya Saha Tolayan Saha Kavyarachanam Anuvartitavan. So he taken the subject matter, Manava Jivanasya Kamshchit Amshan. Some of the issues of the life, human life. Having taken that, Prakritya Saha Tolayan. Because the daughter gave that spurti. See, Prakriti, sometimes you can see the goat, when it is strong, it tries to fight and hit with the other strong goat and to establish its strength. But a goat, if it tries to fight with the Parvata, the mountain is not going to hit back, but the mountain stays and the goat will die. So in the nature, sometimes it happens. So this natural incidents he has taken, and that connecting to our human behavior, Prakritya Saha Tolayan, comparing it to the natural incidents, Saha Kavyarachanam Anuvartitavan. So he started continuing the creation of the poem. Prathakalam Balya Avasthaya. Okay. Prathakalam Balyavasthaya Madhyanam Yavanavasthaya Ratrim Vardhakya Avasthaya cha Tolayanne Saha Apurva Shailya Prakritim Varnayanne Kavyam Rachitavan. So the morning is like a boy and the afternoon like a young person and the night like an old person, like that. In a day, how the quality of human changes like that, comparing to different stages of life. Balya avastha, balyavastha, taya. So this is in Tritiya, comparing with the childhood or childish nature, like that. Prakritim Varnayan, Apurva Shailyam. So in a very extraordinary way, he explained the nature. Tasya Jivana Chakram iti Shironama Dattavan. And he given the name of the poem as Jivana Chakram, the life cycle. Like that he gave the name. Aharnisham Parishramam Kritva Nishchita Samaye Eva Narasimha Sharma Kavyam Likhitavan. So working day and night within the fixed time, he created the poem. Tena Baudha Santosham Anubhutavan Saha. And by that he became very happy. Yugadi Parvata Dine Narasimha Sharma Patnya Putriya cha Saha Rajasabham Pravishtavan. So on that Yugadi festival day, with his wife and daughter, he entered the kingdom. Tasmat Purvameva Rajivakshaha Kavibihi Saha Sabhayam Upavishtavan Asid. So before that, this Rajivaksha, along with the other poets, they were in the assembly. Rajivaksha Madhavim Drishtva Hasitavan. And Rajivaksha looked at Madhavi, the daughter of Narasimha, and smiled. Saapi tam drishtva mandahasam prakatitavati. She also smiled back. Tavati kale Maharajaha sabham pravishtavan. By that time, the king entered the assembly. Sarve asanatu uttaya gauravam suchitavantaha. All of the people got up and they respected the king. Maharajaha sabham drishtva adya yugadi parva khalu adhuna Narasimha Sharma Rajivakshaha cha nutana संवत्सरस्य शुभाशयं वदन्तौ स्वस्य काव्यस्य वाचनेन अस्मान् सन्तोषयतः इति उक्त्वा सिंहासने उपविष्टवान्. So the king said that today is a New Year day. Ugadi is a day from where the New Year starts as per our Hindus' calendar. So because of that, both of these poets, they will give subhashayam, means well-wishing words, by their kavyasya vachanena. So they will be wishing we people by their poem, and they will make us happy. Asman santoshayataha. Let them make us happy like that. He sat. Narasimha Sharma Uttama Ritya Kavyasya Ganam Arabdhavan. And Narasimha Sharma started singing that poem. Saha ekaikam padyamapi bhavana purvataya gayati sma. So every stanza he was singing with emotion. Sarve mantra mugdhataya shrinvanti sma. Mantra mugdhaha means it is like somebody out of some other power. They are totally arrested and staying silent without having any thinking. That is totally immersed in somebody's performance. That is mantra mugdha. Everybody was listening. Yada kavya vachanam samaptam tada sarve mahata santoshena karatadanam kritavantaha. When that poem was over, all the people happily clapped their hands. Anantaram Rajivakshasya paryayaha agataha. Paryayaha means turn. Then the turn of Rajivaksha came. Saha syute vidyamanam tadapatra bandham svikritya maharajaya arpitavan. So he took the palm leaf granth bandham. Tadapatra bandham means some package. Okay, so he took the package of that palm leaves on which he has written some poem from his bag. He gave to the king. Tatra ekamapi aksharam na asid. And there was nothing written in that. Yetat drishtva raja kopena Rajivaksham prishtavan. By seeing this, angrily the king asked the Rajivaksha, Yetadeva bhavata rachitam kim iti. Have you made only this much, an empty package? Like that. Rajivakshaha maunena mandahasam prakatayanne stitavan. And Rajivaksha silently he kept silent, smilingly he kept silent. Raja kinchit kala anantaram kimapi smritva Rajivaksham abhimanena pashyan. And the king realized that why he did so. So, kinchit kala anantaram kimapi smritva, remembering something, Rajivaksham abhimanena pashyan. And with some type of affection and pride, he looked at Rajivaksha. Narasimha Sharmanam apurva kavyasya nirmane pravartitavan bhavane nischayena shlagyaha eva iti uktavan. So the king understood. You see, the person who is a creator, who is not having any spurti, he is made or he is challenged and he is made to create a very outstanding poem. For that, this Rajivaksha helped like that. The king, he appreciated him. Yetat shrutva maharajaha hasan muktavan. I'm sorry. Tada parshve stitaha mantri. Then the minister who was nearby प्रभो नरसिंहशर्मणः काव्यस्य निर्माणे एषः कथं प्रवर्तकः जातः मया तु किमपि न ज्ञातम् इति आश्चर्येण उक्तवान्. When the king said like that, then the minister asked how he made the Narasimha Sharma to make such a poem. I don't understand anything. How he became the reason. Like that, the minister asked. Yetat Shrutva Maharajaha Hasanuktavan. And listening this, the king smilingly told, Yadyapi Rajivakshaha Swasya Kavitayaha Samarthyam Janati Sma Eva. Even though Rajivaksha knows his capabilities of the poem creation, तथापि सः श्रेष्ठकविभिः सह स्पर्धां किमर्थम् अकरोत् इति किं ज्ञायते? Even then, why he challenged the extraordinary poet? Do you know that? Narasimha Sharmanah Kavita Saraswatim Jagrayitum Yeva Yeshaha Tata Vyavahritavan. So to open up or to alert the Kavita Saraswati means somebody that Kavita Saraswati is sleeping in the Narasimha Sharma's mind. So to wake up that skill, this Rajivaksha did like that. Like that, the king says, Spardhakaranatah Narasimha Sharmani Kavya Rachana Spurtihi Udgata. Because of this competition feeling, the energy, propelling force came in the mind of the Narasimha. Tataha apurvam kavyam nirmitam abhavat. And because of that, tasmat, we got a extraordinary poem. Ataha eva vayam adya apurvam kavyam asvadayitum avakasham praptavantaha iti. Because of that only, we got an opportunity to asvadayitum, means to enjoy. Asvadana means to taste. When you are eating, you are enjoying the taste, That is what really we are enjoying. We are not enjoying the carbohydrate, protein, fat. That we are not enjoying. We are enjoying the taste. Because of the taste only we eat again and again. Otherwise, like medicine, we can measure the quantity and we can simply feed it to our mouth. But we enjoy the taste, not the food or not the nutrition. So, asvadanam, we got a chance to enjoy the taste of that extraordinary poem. Like that, the king said. एतत् श्रुत्वा आश्चर्यम् अनुभवन् नरसिंहशर्मा राजीवाक्षस्य समीपं गत्वा हे राजीवाक्ष भवद्विषये मया अन्यथा भावः प्राप्तः आसीत् कृपया क्षन्तव्यः अहम् इति उक्तवान्. So listening to this Narasimha Sharma, he went to that Rajivaksha. I thought you some other way, I may be pardoned. Like that he said. Bhavat dvara Uttama Kavyam Lekhaitavyam iti uddeshena sabhayam maya kathina vachanani uktani ataha kshamayachana maya karaniya natu bhavata iti uktavan Rajivakshaha vinayena. And Rajivakshaha also in a humble way, no, I have to ask pardon from you because in the sabha, in presence of many people, I said very kathina vachanani, harsh words to disturb your mind. So I have to be pardoned. Like that he said. Anantaram Raja Mahata Vaibhavena Narasimha Sharmanam Satkritya Kanakabhishekam Nirvartitavan. And as told earlier, the king praised him, rewarded him, and he did the showering of gold, Kanakabhishekam. Everything he did. Ardhasana Danena api tam puraskritavan. And he did that Ardhasana, Ardha Asana Dana. By you are like half of mine. Means it is half the kingdom is like yours, like that. Rajivaksasya madhavyaha cha kataksha vikshana mandahasadikam lakshitavan maharajaha satkara karya kramasya anantaram uttavan. And the king noticed the Narasimha Sarma's daughter Madhavi and the young poet Rajiv Vakshaha. They are in love with each other and told after the completion of the program, He Kavivarya, Etasmin Shubha Sandarbhe Anyate Kam. In this auspicious occasion, another one Shubhakaryam, another auspicious act, Nishchayate chet varam iti mama abhiprayaha. Like that the king told. Oh, Kavi Shrestha, means, oh, a very good poem. In this auspicious occasion, if we decide another auspicious thing, it would be better, like that. Ajnapyatam tat kimapi iti kimiti iti vinayena uktavan Narasimha Sharma. Oh my lord, please order me. What is that I have to do? Like that. Maharaja gambhiryena hasannuktavan. Rajivaksham bhavane jamatruttvene svikaroti chete saha kavitarachanayam bhavataha sahayam kurvanne spurti janakaha bhavet iti. And the king told, you take or you accept this Rajivaksha. Jamatrutvam means son-in-law-ness, means you give your daughter in marriage to Rajiv and he will help you in doing your work, like that. Yetat shrutva Narasimha Sharma putrim aprichat kim bhavati Rajivaksham parinetum siddha iti. Then he asked his daughter, are you prepared to marry him? Bhavatam nirnaya virodhartaya, virodharyaha mama. I'm sorry, shirodharya. I am reading it as virodha, so I was confused. What is this word? Bhavatam nirnaya shirodharyaha mama. Your decision is to be taken as order. Shirodharanam means to carry something on our head. See, the extreme respect is to carry somebody on our head. That is the extreme respect. That is why earlier days we were using the palanquin. And palanquin, of course, it was used as a way of commutation from place to place. But the Shirodharanam means something we, in letter and spirit, I will obey the government order, like that. Same fashion, she says, whatever your decision, I will take it with letter and spirit. Lajjaya Uktavati Madhavi. So in a very shying, she told. Anantaram Narasimha Sharma Rajivaksham Pashyanna Uttavan. Etad Vishaye Bhavataha Abhiprayaha Kaha iti aham jnatum ichchami. Okay, what is your opinion like that? I want to know. In that fashion, he asked the Yuva Kavihi Rajivakshaha. Tada Rajivakshaha Santoshena Uktavan. Then he happily told, Mata Pitruvihinaha Aham Asmi Anathaha. I am an orphan. I am not having father, mother. Mahakavehi jamatrutvam yadhi prapyeta tarihi tat mahat saubhagyakaram bhavayami aham iti. I take it my great fortune to become your son-in-law, like that. Harshapurna dhvanina karatadanena cha kavi pandita vibhushita rajasabha etam prastavam swagati kritya abhinantanam akarot. So Kavi Pandita Vibhushita Rajasabha, the assembly. So this marriage is fixed in the assembly in front of so many scholars, poets and VIPs. All the people happily clapped and accepted this proposal, like that. It's a nice story. Hope you enjoyed it. I will come up with some other new story. Take care. Bye-bye.